And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Sony Michel, his first carry. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Go! Ace!
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. Give him 30 yards there. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Everyone's got four down. Shift. Ace.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
13. 65.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the... And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Check. Ace.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
This defensive unit ranks 3rd in the NFL against the run. If they keep making plays like that, they might move up in the rankings, but you got to like what they're doing. Plugging up the middle, able to run to the perimeter. People just can't do much against them.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They begin with Michel on the ground. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
21. Hey, go.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
21.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
21. 11. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. The open man is Shark. It's complete. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
21.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go, here we go. 6, 6. Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Wide open receiver complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And some space here. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They come out here in the eye. Mahomes takes it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Andy Janovich, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Bailey got the extra point, and this is now a 1-point game. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 21, 21. Here we go. Go ahead, go ahead.
Third down, Carlos Hyde. Good move at the 30. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
21, 21. Here we go. Hey, go, go.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
Go ahead.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Ace, ace.
Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Get ready. Throw.
And the blitz does come. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Ace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Spinning away. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Ace. Here we go. Green, 90.
Mahomes to throw once more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Four down. Here we go now. Green, 90. Ace.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Left.
And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They run with Pumphrey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Here we go.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
11. 6.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
6.
He'll get it up the middle. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.